Welcome. In this video, we will cover the new enhancements that have been made to the grant record changes functionality in web grants. These changes are available now in web grants for institutions. As enhancements are added to the system over time, the Commission will provide additional updates. You may have noticed a new option in your student information menu list. The grant application MG-21 Screen has launched. Access to the new screen was automatically added to your school user accounts who have right or grant access to the grant record changes screen. Access to the screen can be changed for school users by the school's web grants system administrator. To navigate to the new screen, starting at the home page, select the Student Information option under the Cal Grants section, then select the Grant Application MG21 option. This screen will allow institutions to view student information and make some standard changes to the file in real time, bypassing the need to submit an MG21 to the Commission. This screen is separated into sections. Application details are at the top with the student's demographic, award status, dependency, marital status, and GPA records. Domestic partnership is the only field in this section that can be updated. All other fields are read-only. Towards the bottom of the screen is where the financial information section is. This is where legal residency, number of family members, number in college, total income, net worth, and EFC can be updated. Any updates made to a student's record using the grant application will result in the student being immediately reprocessed for the award cycle they have already been processed under. If the student was awarded and the changes submitted results in the student being unawarded, their award will be immediately withdrawn and the display roster will be updated. And vice versa. For an unawarded student, they may be updated to awarded after the updates are submitted. The MG21 screen also includes a comment section. Institutions will be required to input a comment once the changes are made to this screen. A brief comment is acceptable. Once a comment is provided, then the Submit button becomes active. When the transaction is submitted and the page refreshes, a history of changes will become visible at the bottom of the screen. Institutions should process standard changes using this new screen to reduce processing time. Please ensure that all grant record changes submissions are for students without payment transactions. This is due to changes on this screen can potentially withdraw a student's award. If a request is submitted for a student with payment and withdrawal occurs, the system will not let you proceed until the payment transaction has been reversed. This can be done using the NS payment transaction code and $0 amount on your online roster. When it comes to submitting a grant record change for unawarded competitive students, these changes will need to be reviewed by Commission staff. This is due to the limited number of competitive awards. These requests will need to be submitted via the grant record screen. Institutions will still need to submit a G21 form to the Commission to make changes to unmet need, unawarded competitive students, requests to add students with dependent award amount, dependency status updates, and withdrawal requests. There is new search functionality in web grants for students that allows institutions to see the status of submitted G21 requests for their school. This change creates more capacity for institutions to check the status of their submitted G21s by academic year and by status. Schools can access this function by going to the school information screen of web grants and clicking on transaction status. All system administrators and users with read or write access for grant record changes will be able to view this screen. Users who require access to this screen as part of their job duties should contact their institution's system administrator for access. A new drop-down menu will allow institutions to sort their submitted G21 requests and view the status of each submission. Clicking on the View button in the left-hand column, shown as an eye icon, will bring up specific information about an individual request. Pending status. The Commission has received the G21 requests. System administrators and users with write access have the option to cancel these requests while they are marked as a pending transaction. Canceling a request completely deletes it from the queue and the form will not be processed. Rejected status. The Commission is still processing the G21 request but is unable to process it using web grants. The rejected status means rejected from automatic processing and does not mean that the G21 request was rejected. These requests require additional staff, analyst, and/or manual processing. If the G21 request cannot be processed, the Commission notifies the submitter via email. Otherwise, if you have not received an email saying that the G21 request could not be completed, the G21 request is still being processed. Complete status. The Commission has processed the G21 request and the changes are reflected on the student's record in web grants. Completed forms are read-only and are available for reference. Unable to process. If unable to process appears in the comments section of the G21 request, this means the request cannot be processed via web grants and requires manual processing. It does not mean the G21 request has been rejected or needs to be resubmitted. Web Grants automatically generates this message when G21 requests will be processed manually. If the G21 request cannot be processed, the Commission notifies the submitter via email. Thank you for viewing today's video. If you have any questions, please contact our school support at 888-294-0153 or via email at schoolsupport@csac.ca.gov.